Well, hello, everybody. Hey, 3G.
What's happening, my man? How was your long weekend?
Pretty good. It really wasn't a long weekend because the 4th landed on, Saturday? Well, yeah. What did you guys do at the station?
We just put up
normal programming
holiday programming.
Yeah, just best of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best of. Then corporate had a nice little holiday program we put on.
Did the part-timers get to come in and play Superstar for a day?
One or two of them, yeah. But it was fun.
That's cool.
I didn't do anything. I got my patriotism on all weekend. I watched all the stuff on TV.
I watched a little.
I watched the Nashville celebration till 11. That was fucking great. And that the Disney celebrates. And then I popped over to Fox to watch Trump's speech. That was good.
I watched that online. It was weird.
Why?
Because it was like just a feed. And so I came into it late. It sucks, dude, because I'm 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time. Right. And so it's, 4 or 5 o'clock in the middle of the day and everything's going on. Everything's prime time on the East Coast. East Coast is all that matters. No one gives a shit about people on West Coast time. So
I was thinking about you because I was wondering what you guys would do. Like, it's like New Year's Eve, right? 3 hours later, you have your party.
Right.
So I was wondering if you guys were enjoying the fireworks from the East Coast or if there was going to be local stuff for you guys from Vegas or something.
Probably. I've historically never given much of a shit about like New Year's, and
I like the 4th of July though.
4th of July is great. If you're with people that like the country even a little bit, like that's cool. I love going to a backyard barbecue and doing burgers and like that's great. I love it. But
hey, this 4th of July proved that there are more of us than there are of them.
Really?
And all the bullshit you see during the year with these left-wing nuts.
Yeah.
It's such a small minority of people compared to the hundreds of thousands who showed up in DC.
All I heard was no one was there. And then all the people that I pay attention to, like on Facebook, were posting pictures of like 2 people there and like, no, everyone hates America. Like that's all I saw. And so, but that leads to where I was going with that. When you're not paying attention because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then by the time I go, oh, wait, it's the shit's going on. Like it's already happened or it's almost over. And so I saw it on YouTube. I was like, oh, Fox is just doing a live stream. And so I got to watch Trump's speech, which was fine. But he's referencing all kinds of people. Here's a guy that's 180 years old. He was in the whatever war, but there's no cameras panning to the guy. And so it got really irritating because it was just a stationary cam on Trump. And so it was like, no, I want to see what the fucking old man looks like. That's patriotic and crying and 105. And, so I got bored relatively quick when he's pointing out the fireworks and I'm not getting to see them. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the interesting thing about this whole weekend was, it rained like a bitch Saturday afternoon in DC, right?
Yeah.
Everyone had to leave.
Go inside. Yeah.
And dude, they all came back. Everyone came, but the place was packed to the rafters where Trump was speaking. That's why he kept referencing it. He said, I know it was a pain in the butt. You all had to leave and you all came back. And they showed the crowd and it was like, that looks like a pretty fucking good crowd to me. Now, they were all white. I'll give you
that. Well, dude, 70% of the country's white.
Right.
That doesn't mean much to me. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I don't know what the statement is trying to be made there. Like, only white people would have celebrated. Like, shut up. Lots of people celebrate their country, but it's a white majority country. I don't know what this, Well, like, okay.
And to be honest, if white people tend to be the more patriotic because black people feel like they've been wronged so often in this country. But I'll tell you, when I saw the crowds and I saw people celebrating, I thought all the bullshit we see is not real. Mandami is not real. Socialists are not real. They don't matter. These people in New York won an election where 15,000 people voted in a city of like 8 million. So fuck them. None of that shit's real. Real Americans still exist to the tune of probably 90% of the population. Like, the thing with the soccer today, you're seeing some people post, I'm cheering for Belgium.
Oh my God. I saw some of that.
You're an idiot and you're only like 10 people. So
what is that? Is that just for clicks? Is that what it is when Brian Krasentine?
Yeah, him. It might be for
fucking
clicks,
idiot.
or it might just really be a kid who's been indoctrinated his whole life to hate this country. But most people don't. Come on. Like, you can have your problems with this country, but after you see the shit that Mondami said on the 4th, you're basically like, okay, fuck off. This is our place. And I felt like there was a.
Do you think they should even swear them in, Greg?
Who Mondami?
A couple of the people that won on the DSA card in New York with like you said, 6,000 votes. You're talking about a fraction of the population voting in these small, borough, contests, and they win because that's their whole thing. Boots on the ground, knock on doors. Like,
that's how AOC won.
Right. In the Bronx. But these people, like a couple of the women, their stated goals are very clear. Like the destruction of the West and America as a whole. Like, that's their plan. Like, people don't know this. And you've got this small handful of people that voted these radical monsters into office. Like, you would think you could have a reasonable conversation of like, wait a minute. No. You cannot. Your stated goals cannot be the destruction from the inside of the country and the West. Like, no, you cannot assume office in this country. I'm sorry.
But those people don't. The people who vote for them don't believe that. That's the problem. They're dumb. We have an epidemic. I say this all the time. We have an epidemic of dumb and stupid. And there is no vaccine. You're just dumb. And that's why I'm starting to learn the fine art of not giving a fuck what trolls say on Twitter. Like, I'm more likely to argue sports than I am politics these days because I just know who I'm dealing with, and they're idiots, and they're not worth it.
The dumb and ignorant, which is fine. Majority of people are C's, and then you've got your share of as many D's and E's as you do B's and A's. Right. And the E's, the D's, and most of the C's just stayed out of it. It went over their head. They didn't really. Like, now with a world of social media, they're all engaged in experts and they're fucking retarded.
They don't even learn the basics. That's my biggest problem. Yeah. They don't even learn the basics. Like, if somebody walks up to you, like you see these man on the street things all the time. If somebody walks up to you and says, what's the best thing so-and-so has done that makes you want to vote for him? You should be able to answer that question. If you asked me, the top 3 things Trump has done that I agree with and voted for him for, I could tell you that. Most can't. Yeah. Well, I mean, you walk up to somebody and say, what's the best thing Joe Biden ever did? They can't tell you. Why did you vote for Mondami? Well, because of free bus fare. Stuff he didn't even do. Right. So that's the thing. So I realize most of those people are dumb and will not vote. You know what I mean? Yeah. Most of those dumb people. And the way I look at it is I just look at it as the R's are going to win elections because.
You think so?
Dude.
Because dumb people can be easily plied and influenced. That's the scary part.
They can have their votes harvested. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, the Supreme Court made it clear that that's fine. Right. Amy Coney Barrett was like, nah, no problem. California, they'll let you know it sometime in 2029 who won the midterms.
In 2030, they lose like 15 electoral votes from those states that are doing that. And it's only a third of this country votes Democrat. I mean, state-wise, by the states. Like,
which is why you have to get cute. You have to get cute with the rules and bend things. Yeah.
Right. That's why they want to get rid of the Electoral College, which I don't believe they can do without, if that's in the Constitution, right? Yeah. Am I mistaken? It's in the Constitution, so they can't just overturn it. They can't just take it away. You need 2/3 of the states.
And the founding fathers thought this through way more than anyone living today.
Big time.
They knew what they were doing. And by the way, careful what you wish for. Careful what you wish for with the Electoral College. You start fucking with that and you put California in play, and there are millions and millions of disenfranchised votes in California. They don't even bother going to the general and stuff like, because they already know what's going to happen in California, New York. So you put those people immediately in play by the millions in a straight Democratic, popular vote.
It says here it is Article 2, Section 1, my man.
Yeah. So which means if you wanted to change that, you'd have to go. You'd have to change the Constitution, which has happened, but you'd need massive support from Congress. You know what I mean? Like you would need 60%, right?
Of what? To get rid of it?
Yeah. If you wanted to change it, you would need like 3/4 of
2/3 of the states.
That's not happening.
No, 2/3 of the states. They have it would be the same ones: California, Oregon, Washington, New York, Illinois. The usual suspects would vote for it.
Look at DG. Let me give my boys a super chat. It's not all about Amy. Yeah, I meant to mention that. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Greg. But Amy, she's got her. What did she say on Thursday? Her cheerleading bullshit camp tomorrow and Wednesday. So she was not going to be here. She's got a fucking migraine today. These chicks with their fucking migraines. It's hilarious.
You know what, though? If she's going to take time off, she should promise to do a show in a bikini once.
Yeah. Well, she does. Every time you're not there, you should have seen Thursday's show.
Fuck off.
3G. It was fucking... When she went topless for a minute, holy shit, I thought the fucking roof was going to come down.
Did it go up the super chat?
Oh, yeah. We made like 10 grand in super chats. It was crazy, man.
Only
it was
fans,
crazy.
Right?
Yeah, just the whipped cream canisters. Her sister followed suit. It was wild.
Were they making out, sisters?
Yeah, for a minute. They were laughing. It was obviously a joke, but then the pillow fight got serious for a minute. It was crazy. Yeah.
A G-string pillow fight?
Yeah. Exactly.
Just how I imagined it.
I know, just the way you imagine it, you creep. So anyways, 3G and I are here today, but you've got some stuff. You got to be out of here in like an hour. So he's got a real job and programming there at a radio station. So are you going to
get out of here to get home to watch soccer?
Yeah. Are you getting into it? My brother, he's been trapped in his room and there's not a lot going on. So he's all of a sudden, and he was a fantastic soccer player. He's gotten into soccer. I haven't seen him watch soccer a single day in my life. He played it, but never watched it. But he's watching fucking that game last.
I can't hear you, dude. Did you accidentally mute? Something did something and you muted. I heard like a digital sound, and your audio was good. There you are.
Yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden, all my connections just dropped.
I heard it. I could hear it.
Yeah. So, anyways, G has really gotten into it, and so he and I were watching Mexico, England last night. That was a good game. It was a lot of fun, dude. I
37 minutes down a man, and they still won.
yeah, and it got close. Mexico was pressing hard for the last 30 minutes of that game. I mean, it was wild.
But the English were just laying back, going, "Okay, we're going to play defense."
That's how you do it when you're down a man. You eliminate your offensive push and keep, so you don't lose balance on the back end, so that your defense really doesn't change. But they just have a lot more opportunities. So, but yeah, that was a great game, and all the talk is about Team USA. I think that's, hey, Cliff, I know, get that kid off the fucking computer. I don't think that's what it is. I've been told that's been fixed, but what are you going to do? Sorry. So yeah, I'm fired up for tonight, for Team USA. It's all the buzz in the world. And I couldn't wait to talk to you today with your background and whatnot. What do you make of this whole?
I love it. I fucking love it. It's like, fuck you. We're the U.S. You're going to do what we tell you to do. Now, honestly, I believe they made the right decision because he used slow motion VAR replay to assess the penalty, which would have been a yellow card, right?
Yeah.
Just a yellow card. That's fine. But he went out of his way to burn the U.S. And before Trump ever made a call, FIFA said they were already looking into the incident.
Nobody's going to believe that. People that hate Donald Trump. It was amazing. Like, I called it immediately. As soon as I heard it, I was like, they're going to, like, the people that hate Donald Trump think he has
chimed in.
No, I haven't even talked to her. but they give him, like, he so lives in their heads that they give him power he doesn't have. Like, people love showing Donald Trump that he can eat shit. You're not right here. You're wrong here. They love calling him out for that. But people that of all existence are like, Trump made a call and then everyone fell into line and did what he wanted. You're like, dude, that's just not how the world works.
Ask me how it went down at my house.
How did it go down at your house?
Okay, so me and the wife were having coffee, sitting on the couch, scrolling our phones, and I go, holy crap. The kid's going to play for the USA tomorrow. She goes, well, Good Morning America just said he's not. And I said, well, this was tweeted 1 minute ago by Fox Sports that he's playing. So she looked it up and she said, oh, they overturned it. Great. So we go about our day. And now 15 minutes later, she sees Trump called him. Now the world's going to hate us.
Yeah.
And then I said, don't care. So later on, I said, oh, so here's the explanation. I said, they use the VAR replay in slow motion. They're not allowed to do that per FIFA, rules. She goes, oh, is that what they're going to say now?
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
Wanted to hate him. It was so brilliant.
Yeah.
And so my youngest son, actually pays very close attention to soccer. He likes it. Like, he watched the Premier League and stuff. And he goes, no, Mom, Dad's right. You can't use VAR replay to get the intensity of the injury. It's only for fact finding.
Right. And by the way, the NFL is supposed to have this rule too, where they're not supposed to, because all hits, when not viewed in real-time speed, can look, when you take 2 seconds or 1 second of action and slow it down frame by frame, it can look way more vicious, way more targeted. Right. And so they do that in the NFL, where they're supposed to watch those bang bang plays in real speed and to get a better idea.
Because when someone's head snaps back, it looks way worse.
Way worse
in slow motion. It looks like it might come off, right?
Yeah.
Look, I didn't think the initial thing deserved a red card at all. I'm not even sure it deserved a yellow card. Maybe.
No.
Because
I agree with that.
Both going for the ball.
Yes. And look, I'll be honest. I was talking because G and I were watching, we were talking about this last night as we were watching the Mexico game. And it was like, I honestly believe that if this call had been made on a player on another country's team that I wouldn't be aware of, I don't even know the names of the guys on Team USA. If I was watching, Croatia and saw that red flag thrown and then, their star player is out, unless I was like, I would be biased if I was our team was about to play Croatia the next game and it's like, their star's out. I can put myself in the shoes of going, that sucks for them, but good one for us. Right. Any other team in the fucking tournament, I would go, that's bullshit. They got to find a way to overturn that. That's wrong. You like, it's so absurd to me on its face. I think the college football rule is bullshit. Targeting, and then you got to sit a guy in next game. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Why? Like, I hate that rule. It's like, okay, you made a call. You've kicked him out of this game. Cool. You made your point. Hopefully they learn, whatever. I think even that's too harsh, 15.
I don't think guys are out there trying to hurt guys.
No.
For the most part. Although fucking Paraguay the other night was trying to hurt. They were going at, was it the Argentinians? No, it was France. Paraguay was playing France, and they wanted to brawl a couple times.
Yeah.
It got really, really hectic. It was funny.
Yeah.
I call them the Paraguayanese.
The Paraguayanese, yeah.
Or the Paraganders.
But I honestly believe that I would have, and I understand the people too that go, this is the way it is, and it's just the way it is. It's like, no, your job should be to get it right. Like, That's the end game. And everybody universally agreed that was a bullshit call. I'm with you. Feet get tangled in sport all the time. And if you've played soccer, you understand that happens all the time. Your feet get tangled up with a guy. You know, it's obvious when you look at a guy's ankle and fucking throw a cleat into the side of his ankle. It's Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Rodgers. Like, you want to look at a play like that on Thanksgiving and go, yeah, fuck you, dude. You're gone. Then you're suspended. We're taking extraordinary action because that you look down at Aaron Rodgers and you stomped on his chest or neck, whatever it was years ago. But this bang bang plays that happen at all levels of sport, but it's certainly at the elite level, should not have that kind of impact on tournaments.
Right. It's stupid.
It's dumb.
I got to be honest. I'm not disappointed. I'm disappointed in, but I'm not surprised. The Belgians are such bitches about this. If you're so fucking good, you're ranked higher than the U.S. is, strap them on, mano a mano, man.
Yeah.
2 best teams, 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves. Let's go. And instead, they're just whining. And it's like, God,
well, the amount of articles I'm seeing, nobody benefits from FIFA letting Balogun off the hook. Not even the U.S. men's team. Like, what? ESPN's putting this out.
If we win, I'll benefit. I'll love it.
I love it too. I also,
if we lose, though, we look like douches.
There's something that I fucking love about having a president stand up for his country, stand up for his team, we're Americans. We all felt that injustice, and there's nothing worse than seeing like, well, that's the rule and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Like, bullshit. That's like, we could all see that play in real time. Now you're going to, this massive penalty going forward and nobody can do anything about it. I love the fact that you have a president that would call them and go, and then they go, hey dude, we're already looking into it. You know, I have no input. You have no input. You know, but I do at the same time, if Bosnia and Herzegovina had called, you know, the league officials after a game and said, well, we got fucked on a play, they'd be like, yeah, pound sand, pal, eat the whole bag. You know, does Trump have more pull than them? Maybe, but I don't know. I can't wait. I'm glad though, because this would have sucked if we would have gone in a close game and lost, and then you could forever point back to that call. That would have sucked.
Oh, I know. And my whole deal is the guy got fucked. They looked it over. And you know, I'll go, remember the Jim Joyce call on Galarraga?
Yep.
My whole thing there was fix this.
Yeah.
He got the next guy out anyway.
Next guy out.
Fucked up. Just fix it.
It's the key that I've been saying about that incident from that day. For the next morning, it was like, wait, the next play was a fly out to center, ended the game. It had no bearing on anything else. It was a final out in the 9th inning. It was over. Like, going back and changing that doesn't alter anybody's stats. It doesn't alter shit. Yep. You could have fixed it. And that seems inexcusable to me that they can't.
Galarraga had a perfect game. And
he did.
And it should be reflected that way. We have the ability to fix these things. And that's why I'm kind of glad FIFA did. Because I think the majority of people you talk to are more about process here. They're saying, look, yeah, it was a bullshit call, but you can't change it. And you should be able to change it. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, it was a bullshit call. And everyone agrees.
And it's not even something where what you had before that came down was like, oh, it was 50-50. Should it have been a red card? Like, no, everybody. I didn't see anybody going, oh, yeah, that's a flagrant. He absolutely needs to be suspended for the next. No one. I didn't like before they overturned that. Did you see anybody making that argument? I didn't.
No.
Like, everybody universally agreed. Men, women, other countries were all like, yeah, they got screwed on that one. Oh, well, it's like, no, not oh, well. Baseball has, by being able to challenge a few calls a game, it's great. It's great. It's more exciting in the stadium. It's like, dude, we live in a world, I've said it 1,000 times, we live in a world where you have 15 high-def 4K cameras in every stadium, giving us immediate like replays. We are able to tell at home watching it immediately, they fucked that one. And it's like, no, you don't. You want them to get it right. Just get it right.
I agree. Get it right.
Like, that's what we want. You don't want that.
Do you want to see him score like 2 goals tonight?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I want him to have a hat trick tonight.
Do we look like dicks if we lose, though?
No. Who's favored? You said
well, they're ranked higher, but I don't know who's favored. The Belgian Ganders, the
Belgianese,
the Belgianese, the Belgianians.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't bet. So where would I go to look?
I thought I saw plus 185.
What's that mean?
For the Belgianese. I know. I was going to ask you, what does that mean? I think we were minus 120 and they were plus 185. Is that
odds to pick? Here we go. Yeah, I don't know what that means. USA plus 175. What's that mean? US has got is a half goal favorite.
So okay, so plus 175 would mean 100 pays 175.
Okay.
But it's different. Okay, G put money on Team USA today. $30 pays like 80.
And is that good?
Yeah, $30 paying 80.
Then, right?
Well, here's the thing. You can't, it's not like football where you just go, I bet this team to win, this team to lose, whatever. Theirs is like Team USA wins in regulation, Team USA wins in extra time, the extra allotted time, or Team USA wins in a shootout. So even if you win, it's like you have to win. Did you call the win in regulation? Did you call it in extra time? Did you call it in penalty kicks?
So I'm not getting that involved.
Right, exactly. So that's why G picked, I'm going to pick Team USA to win in regulation. And so that $30 bet. So even if Team USA wins in extra time, he'd lose, which is kind of bullshit. It's like, really? You can't just pick like, I picked my team to win? Nope. At least not on whatever he's on, DraftKings or whatever he's using. Should we hear Trump explain it? Because I love this. I love that we have a guy
that's just trying to piss off libs, aren't you?
Yeah, that's okay.
So I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports and was a good athlete, and I understand sports really well, really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was two guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you don't know.
Do we like or not like?
No.
No, okay.
These were two great athletes that got tangled up. And
no, that's his opinion on this. I tend to agree with him. I agree with him in that. Now, would I feel the same way if it was the Bosnian player that had stepped on Balogun's the back of his ankle like that? Maybe I'd be biased and see it different, but that looks like, an unfortunate reality to high-end sports play like that. That guys get tangled up, they bang into each other. Yep. It is what it is. But that's the way he saw it. Great. That's the way we saw it.
Referee who is a little bit suspect. If you check his past, I don't want to say that because I don't like to create controversy.
As he creates massive controversy.
But very suspect. If you'd like, I'll provide you with the past. He made a call that nobody could believe. Even people on the other side, they say, "Oh, we got lucky. Wow, that's." And it's very interesting. They say they don't show them in slow motion, and I never realized that. I never heard of that before. That they're not allowed to review in slow motion because it's so different. Because you'll take one little quarter of a second, and you'll see that a hand is touching a neck, or you see something. Whereas when you see it in fast motion, it will look like two guys collided, which is really what happened. They got sort of entangled. He didn't do anything wrong, and he's our best player or one of our best players, a very vital player. And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So
it seems like a call. A call like that should be reserved for the most egregious and obvious violations. It's as simple as that. Now, you and I, Greg, it's fair to say we're not big soccer fans, and like they have the way they do things, and fine. You don't want, novices like us coming in telling them how to rule their game. But
we're not in the soccer elite.
Right. But that's always seemed dumb as shit to me. These carryovers for infractions in games, where you can't play the next, like it's just dumb. And especially for stuff like that, it should be the most obvious, egregious. You were trying to take a person out and hurt them. That we reserve that you're out the next game or multiple games, whatever. That's, what that should be used on. But something like this, it's like just so dumb. I'm glad they got it right. I didn't think that was a possibility. It reminds me of baseball, where that club of thought.
Nerds.
Nerds that, the game, the purists.
It's a thinking man's game.
Did you hate that for all your, the way the purists
Jamie
of
was
baseball
part
are?
of the baseball elite.
Yeah, Drew too. I think Drew is kind of one of the, but he played college ball, so he's kind of a purist nerd too.
I am a purist nerd with some flexibility. That's my sport. That's the game I loved as a kid. I could tell you a lot about it, read a lot about it, the history of it, but I'm also flexible. Like when it comes to replay, okay, if you can call balls and strikes better, let's do it. If we can replay fucked up plays, let's do it. I'm good with that. But I also would have been fine if they'd kept the human element, because to me, it's just a game. Yeah. Now, if you're in it, it's not just a game. Like if you think about guys who lose jobs, like when Vinny Testaverde didn't get in the end zone, and they said he did, or was it the other way around? Anyway, if you're the coach, Rich Kotite, I think, who got fired because you didn't win that game, I'm sure you want replay. What I mean?
I'm fine with it either way. If you want to do just the human element, fine. Then what you can't do is zoom in times 1,000 in super clarity 4K and show us all just how fucked you got that call. Like, no, if you're in the stadium and you don't see replays, these bang bang things, these then don't put a fucking box up in a graphic on the screen so we can all see just how bad that call was, ball strike by an ump. Like, okay, you can't have it both ways. Don't prove how fucking stupid your guy was by having the box. If you're going to have the box, then you got to be able to correct it.
Here's the best part about baseball umps. The replay shows you how often they're right. Baseball umps are fucking spectacular.
They're amazing.
I mean, like sometimes I'm like, there's no way that was a strike. He called that a strike. And then they put the box up and it was a strike.
Yeah.
The bang bang plays, they always get those right.
They do. And I kind of liked when you got into like really meaningful postseason games and it was like, oh, so-and-so's behind the plate. He's got a big strike zone, or he's got a really tight, and you knew it was a sidebar to the game where it was like, oh, this guy's going to let shit on the edges go.
Now you remember the American League umps would call balls differently than the NL umps, because the American League umps had the outside chest protectors for a long time, and the NL guys wore the in ones, so they couldn't see the low pitches as well in the American League.
Really?
Oh yeah, that Ernie Harwell used to talk about that all the time.
Why would they have different chest protectors?
You remember when they used to hold the one up in front of them, right?
Yeah.
Big balloon in front of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the NL guys were wearing them inside their shirts, like the catcher's one.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know why they did it, but they did. And they'd always go, well, you're going to get the low strike here because it's an NL game with the NL refs.
Yeah.
But they're going to see that better than the guys who have a big pillow up under their chin. You know what I mean? It was awesome.
Fun. Yeah.
Just the nuance of baseball. Those little things.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm excited for tonight. And I think this, I think it's a great move, and I'm proud as an American today to have a full team out there. I can't wait. I really can't.
We haven't got past this round since 22 or 2002.
Wait, 92. Was it 2002?
I thought it was 02.
Maybe. Look it up while I do a read.
We're going to lose.
I thought it was. Don't you say that. How dare you?
Did you
say that?
Always chokes.
I know you fucking hate your teams. You're the same way with the Lions. The Tigers.
No, just the Lions. No, I hate the owners of those teams.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, Deer Lake Athletic Club, Clarkson's Hidden Gem has something for everyone. All fitness classes are included with membership, and they offer 2 hours of childcare for free. 3 personal trainers on staff to get you into summer shape. Tennis, pickleball, racquetball, volleyball, plus they're a Red Cross training facility. Their summer memberships give you that staycation vibe, and their 8-week summer day camp is an area favorite too. They have a couple restaurants there, their seasonal poolside grill, and their backcourt restaurant with daily specials and live entertainment. The banquet center can host events small and large, up to 350 people. Showers, weddings, memorials, sports banquets, they do it all. Visit their website, deerlakeathletic.club.com, for more information about the club, restaurants, and banquet center, or you can give them a call, 248-625-8686. Was it
did you see? I'm looking it up. It didn't show up on Google. I'm going to go to Copilot. Did you see the big hero for Norway broke his arm jumping over one of those advertising signs?
I saw that. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Those guys flop so much that I'm always like, oh, get up, you pussy. Like, I just don't buy it. Phantom. It makes me want to turn the TV off, honestly.
Oh, and it's as bad as the NBA.
Gross. It's worse. It's worse. And I, was giving grace, like, okay, they, without stoppage during the game for the most part, no commercial breaks.
You're right. It was 2002, by the way.
92 or 02? You said 02.
Oh, then I was right.
Yeah. Okay. That's
the last time we prove it, dude.
No. That's the last time we made it to what? The Elite Eight?
The quarters, yeah. The quarterfinal. It was in Korea, remember?
No. I remember when it was in America last, in 91, 92, whatever that was, when it was at the Silverdome and Soldier
Brazilians
Field.
were there.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you my story about them? See right there, it says 92.
Okay.
Or 2002, rather.
Yeah, get it right. No, what's your story?
Right. You didn't. Oh, I was downtown partying in Pontiac when the World Cup was going on down there. And those fucking Brazilians know how to party, brother.
Yeah. So more than the Irish, because the Irish, what they're doing over there in Brazil or in Boston is quite impressive. I mean, they're running Boston out of beer.
Do you remember those big plastic cups at the Silverdome? You bought your beer and it was like a mug made out of plastic, and you could stack them. The 32-ounce mugs, like big plastic mugs.
With a handle on them?
They had a fucking handle on them, dude.
Really? I don't remember those. I know the stackable plastic cups. I don't remember the handled ones.
Well, these guys stacked them 20 high, put a Brazilian flag on the top, and they were running around in groups going, Brazil, Brazil, all through downtown Pontiac. Just
really?
Brazilians enjoying the shit out of their trip. It was great.
That's awesome.
and then they disappear down the road. Half an hour later, they come back down. Brazil, Brazil. They just up and down the main drag in Pontiac all night long, getting hammered.
That's great. Fun. I love it. I love that they're all enjoying America too.
Having
a blast.
Well, and that's another thing. Is this the first time the Europeans have been here? I feel like
a lot of them. Yeah.
Really?
Sure.
I don't know. It's just crazy. And what are they being told? I mean, what are they being told about us that they're so shocked and awed at how cool it is to be here?
It's wild. It's wild to see such overwhelming, but think about who controlled the media for our whole lives. You could.
But in Britain, you think they're running shitty stories about us all
100%. 100% out of jealousy. It's not as great as they say over there. They're obnoxious, loud,
but it is
shooting each other in the streets all the time.
Do you see the story about the German guy who was in Foxborough for a game? And I wish I could find it. I should have saved it. And he said he didn't have a way to get back. He couldn't get an Uber. And Foxborough's 30 minutes from Boston, right? It's like being at the Silverdome and not being able to get back to your hotel in Boston, in Detroit.
Yeah.
And this family said, jump in, we'll take you to Boston. The guy was in tears.
Tears. I saw that. I didn't know what the backstory was. I saw that there was a guy crying about how cool America was.
He's like, they were so kind, and they drove me and he was there with his wife and his daughter, I believe. And he was probably getting nervous that it was clearing out and they couldn't get an Uber, right?
Yeah.
And some guy said, jump in, we'll take you back in. And it was,
Does that surprise you in the least?
No.
Not at all.
I find the vast majority of Americans to be very friendly and nice. There's only a few pricks out there. You know what I mean? And they're usually in my way on the way to work.
Well, there's them.
Right.
There's also the did you see the other story over the weekend of the Walmart parking spot shooting?
I saw that scroll by. Explain.
Well, so you have some woman and some guy. He's like 62. She's younger than that. Black woman, white guy. They get into a dispute over a parking space in North Lauderdale in Florida.
Oh boy.
So, well, I'll show you the video because it's playing out down racial lines, as you can imagine. People are already mad at me.
Isn't it pretty cut and dry? Hold on.
Okay, there she is. Yeah, she's got a gun in her hand. She's got a gun in her hand. They're arguing about.
Oh. Okay, so she's going to jail.
And, yeah.
Is that a cop right there?
No. That might be later when the cop showed up. Yeah.
Did he die?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's dead. He died.
Why is he sitting up? He just bled out? Is that what happened?
I guess. It was minutes before they showed up. So he was shot in the stomach.
Did he say the N-word, I guess? That's going to be your defense?
I haven't heard that. But yeah, watch the video again. So this is a stand your ground state in Florida.
He was not being aggressive in any way.
Yeah, this is such clear-cut murder to me. It's not even close. But if you reverse things, and that was a white woman who shot a black man. The city would be burning, and it would be, this is clear murder, but it's not. It's a black woman with a gun and a white guy. So it's clear self-defense and stand your ground. She's claiming self-defense. Broward County Sheriff's Office is investigating. The incident occurred last week in North Lauderdale, was captured on cell phone, dash cam. The preliminary investigation revealed an adult female and the victim were involved in a verbal altercation over a parking space, blah, 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 prior to the shooting. According to investigators, the shooter remained on the scene, cooperated with detectives, and she told them the shooting was in self-defense. So that was 62-year-old Bart DiGuglielmo. The woman, we don't know her name. She hasn't been identified. She's so Bart is seen initially walking away. Before walking back towards her, she can be heard saying, walk away, before gunfire rings out. And we saw it there. So I don't think she was taken into custody, which is common while they're doing an investigation in one of these. And people are trying to say, oh yeah, stand your ground. Stand your ground. Dude, that is not how stand your ground works.
No, they weren't engaged. They were not engaged in a fighting match or a wrestling match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was looking into it more. And so they're in Florida, their statute is section 776.012. It's the use or threatened use of force in defense of a person. I'll read it to you. So the subsection 1 says you can use non-deadly force if you reasonably believe it's needed to defend yourself or another against someone's imminent use of unlawful force, and you don't have to retreat first. So that's the big difference in these stand your ground laws or these castle doctrines, is not having to retreat. That's usually how the law reads. Like, if you can run away, you're supposed to. And so some of these laws, stand your ground, say, no, you don't have to run away. If you can get away, get away. You don't have to. You can stand your ground. Subsection 2 says you can use deadly force if you reasonably believe it's necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to you or another, or to prevent the imminent commission of a forcible felony. And again, you have no duty to retreat if you're not committing a crime or and are in a place you have a right to be. Okay, she has every right to be in a public parking lot like Walmart. You have
she
no
didn't give him a chance to stop. He turned the corner and she shot him.
Yes.
He didn't even have a chance to go, ho,
dude,
ho, ho.
I'll go as far as saying that guy could have been screaming the N-word in her face 6 inches from her face while pointing a finger at her nose, and she doesn't have the right to just shoot him dead.
No.
Sorry, that's not what the law means. So I'm reading this into AI, and I'm like, tell me what the statute is in Florida. I already basically know, but I wanted to see their wording, so it gave me this. And so after going back and forth a little bit, I said, oh, okay, great. So if I get into an argument in a parking lot with someone, I can just shoot him dead, right? Good to know. So if it's not in the, like, two drug dealers, unlawfully, selling, buying drugs in a parking lot, you're in the commission of a crime. It's a different rule, right? So that's what they mean by stuff like that. So not in the commission of a crime. So they were like, AI, when I was like, oh, great. So if I just get into an argument with someone in a parking lot, I can just shoot them dead and claim stand your ground, self-defense. No, that is not how it fucking works. This chick will probably they'll probably hang a manslaughter charge on her, would be my guess. But this isn't a black and white thing. I would say the same fucking thing if this was a black guy, a black or a white woman and a black guy. I would be like, no, you can't just shoot him dead because you're in an argument over a fucking parking space. It's not what that law means. So specifically, no, that's not how it works in Florida. And people who think argument plus I was scared equals free kill are exactly the ones who end up doing long prison time. Stand your ground is very narrow. It only helps you if a jury believes a reasonable person in your shoes would think they were facing imminent death, great bodily harm, or forcible felony, not just a heated argument or a bruised ego. A shouting match in a parking lot with no weapon, he doesn't have a weapon, no credible death threat, and no serious beating in progress is nowhere near that threshold. If you pull a gun and shoot in that situation, the state is going to treat you as the aggressor and charge you. And you will likely lose a stand your ground immunity hearing and then lose again at trial. So there will be an immunity hearing to decide, does she have grounds? Like a panel of judges could throw that out and go, no, this is a clear stand your ground. We're not even wasting money and time on a trial. Why are we even having a trial? This is going to pass that, and then we'll see how this plays out. and there's precedent for this in Florida. This has happened before. And AI reminded me of this. Michael Drejka in Clearwater argued with a woman over a handicapped parking spot. The woman's boyfriend, Marquise McLaughlin, came out, shoved Drejka to the ground, and Drejka shot him dead in the lot. The sheriff initially said stand your ground might protect Drejka and did not arrest him right away, citing the reasonably believe you're in danger of death, great bodily harm language. A jury later convicted him of manslaughter, rejecting the idea that a single shove in a parking lot dispute justified deadly force. So even after being knocked down with a more physical confrontation than just an argument in a parking lot, stand your ground did not save him from a jury. So if you're wondering where stand your ground does come into play, someone draws a gun or a knife on you and they're closing distance. You have no duty to retreat, run away, something like that. Someone is beating the shit out of you on the ground and will not stop. Someone is trying to carjack you or pull you from your vehicle or obviously about to commit a violent felony. In those scenarios, if the facts line up, you don't have to try to run away before defending yourself. But dude called me a name or called me a fat bitch or the N-word. No, that doesn't qualify as stand your ground. So, again, if you look at it, do you see anything different? Am I reading this wrong, Greg?
No, I think you're right on from what I'm hearing you say. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at it here. He doesn't appear to be menacingly aggressive. Like that is like every time you get into a dispute with someone, this would put on the table. Every time you get into an argument with someone at fucking Arby's, they can just pull a gun and shoot you. And that is 100% not what Stand Your Ground is about. God, dude, the responsibility of people, if you're going to carry a gun in public, you better know what situations justify that kind of, like, you better know what the laws are and what you're responsible for. Just her having the gun out in public in that situation makes her the aggressor.
Right.
Period. That's the way the law reads. So her having a gun and him not having a weapon makes her the aggressor. She has a duty to try to de-escalate the situation as the person with the gun. That doesn't mean you just get to shoot him to death. So,
hey, speaking of the race card,
yeah,
you see the picture of the woman on the subway surrounded by Patriot Front people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, number one, Patriot Front, those are feds.
Do you have the photo?
I do. I'm going to show you this.
Okay, good. Yeah, we can get into this.
Okay, just because let me just bring this up here. They're trying to paint her. Now, number one, you realize this is a setup, right? How did that camera journalist know to be on that train? I mean, this is just like Rosa Parks. They sent a camera with her, but it's
dude, they're invoking
apart.
Rosa Parks. The feeling in this photo, it's like, you do know Rosa Parks was a fucking scam, right?
Right. It's all a scam.
Yeah. Like, they found the perfect woman with the perfect background and history. She was absolutely, I mean, you know the story of Rosa Parks. She was as commie as all of them.
Right. She was an activist for sure.
She was a massive activist.
All right. So here's the picture.
And in fact, Greg, I will say the woman they were going to use before Rosa Parks to pull this little stunt about not moving in the seat had an abortion. And so the radicals were like, yeah, it's going to be hard to sell her as a victim to the American public with an abortion in her background. And so they waited and got Rosa Parks.
Now, look, the Patriot Front guys are all feds, right?
Probably.
You know they are. You see my tweet there? She's fine. They're all feds.
Yeah,
fine. They're all feds.
So you responded to this image is from today. A black woman sits on a DC metro as masked white nationalists prepare to march on our nation's capital. This is America's 250. And then they tag Reuters.
You know what didn't happen? They didn't attack her.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Isn't that the only thing missing from this? They'd have the perfect story if only they would have fucking attacked her.
Now here's the best part. This are you seeing this?
No.
Look at her. Just before.
And there's her ass hanging out. She's screaming at no one.
Another Patriot.
Dude, that's hilarious.
They didn't background check the girl they put on. What in the hell?
Who was filming that too?
I have no idea. This shit always comes out though. All their scams.
It's just so I'm reading this article, and the 4th of July left behind this Saturday images of patriotic celebrations. It also produced a disturbing photograph from Reuters. In it, a young black woman can be seen in a Washington Metro carriage surrounded by a dozen masked racists
and being ignored.
Yeah. Okay.
These are the worst racists of all time.
The worst. And I'm with you. What was the one we saw where you had all the guys in khakis, and it was like, guys, you can't all show up masked.
That was in the front of the bus in was it Charlottesville?
It might have been. It was around that time, but it was like, ugh, guys, you're not even pulling. Like the way their bodies all were, they look like feds. They were all in shape, white men dressed in the same outfits. And it was like, ugh, you're not even trying anymore, guys. This is clearly some sort of setup with a bunch of feds. But I'm reading this article. So these guys belong to a white supremacist militia called Patriot Front, which gathered in the U.S. Capitol on Independence Day and marched through its streets shouting, "Reclaim America." They carried stars and stripes flags, some of them flown upside down, as well as Confederate banners. Okay, the upside down flag, you know the history of that, right?
It's distress.
It's a distress call. It's like maritime, shit. So that people know you're in distress. So these guys, their point in the upside down flags would be, we're in a state of distress. Okay.
Which we're not.
Right. Stupid. So that young woman sitting on public transit calls to mind Rosa Parks, the civil rights heroine who refused to give up her seat to a white man in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. Okay.
Dude, they want racism so
bad.
They're creating it. Like, yeah, I got another one for you when you're ready. I want to show you something today that Trump did. It was stupid, but
let me
begging for it. Go ahead.
Well, this article is it's funny to me, especially from the masked lunatics we've seen terrorizing this country the last 10 years. It's just ironic that the problem here is these masked white guys
being paid by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yeah, exactly. Patriot Front is a white supremacist group based in Texas. The group says it's loyal to the American nation and advocates creating a new state that defends the interests of its founders. At Saturday's march, roughly 400 wore caps bearing 13 white stars representing the colonies that approved the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, severing ties with the British crown. So far, I don't have a problem with these guys. The Center for the Study of Extremism at George Washington University describes it as a white nationalist and fascist organization that promotes the ideal of homogenous white ethno-state in the U.S. The group advocates for the preservation of white European culture, viewing multiculturalism, immigration, and diversity as existential threats to its vision of America. Yeah, well, too much can be. I think that's what we saw the previous 4 years when you dump anywhere from 10 to 20 million people from around the globe into your country. Yeah, that's kind of a threat. That poses a problem.
I'm not down with this, though. I'm not in favor of segregating anybody. We need to figure out how to get along.
Totally.
And that means stop pandering to minorities and let's get back to business. Like, I don't want this country divided up into black and white. Fuck that. Well, this country is perfect how it is. It's not perfect, but it's damn near perfect and gets better all the time. But the point is I'm not for dividing anybody. I just want people who aren't here legally to go home and try to come back legally.
Sure.
That's it. They're welcome here. If you want to come here and assimilate and be part of what we do, more power to you. Like, my thought is we got to go find some of those English European people who are here for the World Cup and say, you want to stay?
Yeah.
We'll let you in for free. You come right in. Come right in. Because they love it here.
This photo does something very specific, though. And I agree with you 100% there, Greg, with what you just said. Saturday's march began at Union Station. Participants marched through several streets around Congress before dispersing at around 11 a.m. Hundreds of videos flooded social media, but it was a single photograph taken by freelance photographer Cheney Orr and distributed by Reuters that went viral.
He just happened to be there.
Of course, a still pic lets the viewer invent a story that fits their narrative, right? Yes. That's what you're seeing here. So did these guys break any laws? Did they get violent? Did they threaten the black girl? Did any of that take place?
Well, let me ask you, along that line, Mike, reverse it.
Yeah.
White middle-aged guy on a train with all BLM activists.
Right.
He gets killed. He gets his ass beat and killed.
Yeah.
Put the Antifa people on that train.
Yep.
With a white guy, they beat the shit out of him. I mean, they're allowed to do what they're doing. That's their right to self-expression,
dude.
And as long as they're not breaking the law,
I've never had a problem, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I think they're wrong in their take. I think they're not helpful. The BLM people, the Antifa people. But it's their right to go and protest whatever their beliefs may be.
Just don't burn shit down.
Exactly. That's where it ends in all of these discussions we have. You and I, people like us, have no problem with BLM, getting a permit. I don't have a problem with the fucking Klan doing it if the Klan still exists.
It's what people are allowed to do in this country. I don't have to like it.
Yeah.
Me being offended doesn't make it wrong. They're allowed to do it. When I saw the Patriot Front people, the first thing I thought was, okay, those are feds. But number two, I thought even if they weren't feds, okay, they're allowed to march around. Who cares? To me, that's just a colossal waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
And leave people alone.
And you have every right to go out on your porch and boo them when they walk by. Yeah. You don't have a right to go out and start beating the shit out of them. It's the argument with the Klan that people used to understand in this country. The Klan would go by the letter of the law. They would pull permits and they would have designated spaces and times, and they would go through neighborhoods and wave their stupid flags and pass out pamphlets. And most people would go out on their porch and boo them as they walk by. And they had every right to do it. You better not fucking break any laws. You better not assault anybody. You better not call for violence and those things. And then everybody just kind of went home. And their whole organization basically just fucking ended as people, grew up and got smarter and
lost interest in it. It was just
lost interest. Yeah. So for this, it's like, okay. So what is the claim about Patriot Front? Just them being there on the bus is the problem, or they did something that proves the point you're trying to make? Because a still image of a black nut job on a bus with a bunch of white people in masks and hats, like, okay, where is the problem?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's insane that we have to deal with that. It's not a thing. It's not a thing at all.
Yeah. It's just insane. I was but you get people like this idiot. This was going viral today. Your favorite.
And I said this on this show many, many years ago, because this is my 10th year on the show. And I said there are times when I walk into a community and I see American flags all over the community, and I suddenly feel unsafe because there is a section of this country that has co-opted the American flag, and they equate being an American or an American flag with white supremacy, and that should never be the symbol of white supremacy, but they have weaponized
because the flag belongs to all of us.
It does belong to all of us. But those men were.
You know what though?
It's just
she just needs to be ignored. Her voice needs to be ignored because she's saying stupid shit to stay relevant. I'm tired of giving these people oxygen, to be honest with you. I'm done with it. I don't care what she says. And I was listening over the weekend to some radio show or something, and people were like, well, people are saying this and this. And I'm like they were going on Twitter and stuff and saying stuff about America 250. I'm not celebrating. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I do not give a fuck. Don't celebrate. It
bothers me though to have mainstream what used to be anyways considered mainstream outlets giving that oxygen to that. Like the goal is clear with someone like Sonny Hostin. Like the people waving American flags, who are they? Who are the people that are historically proud of their country? They're people like you and I. Well, what do we have in common? We're white. That's what she has a problem with.
Right.
Like she is like the polling that's been done when Barack Obama was president, 82% of the country respected and loved their country. And that was because 81% of Republicans respected their country and 87% of Democrats respected it. Well, what happens when Obama's not in office? That number in the Democrat side drops into the 20s.
Right.
It's in the 20s in support, respect for country. What happens on the Republican side? Whether a Democrat or Republican is in office, that number stays the same. Extreme pride in nation. That number doesn't change because, oh, my guy lost an election. Now the other guy's in office. I hate my country.
The biggest threat to this country is the left. The far left. It is. It just is.
Yeah.
And the sooner we realize it and stop giving it oxygen, and then the better off we'll be. But until we do that, until we stop as a society just saying no, we're not doing. We don't care. Like I'm serious. I'm serious about. I don't care. You cannot move me on this because it's irrelevant what these people say. They're a small radical group of people. Like, do you know how many people watch The View, Mike? Guess.
Probably a couple 100,000 moms at home.
2.6 million nationwide out of a country of 346 million. No one watches The View.
Yeah. I bet it's not even that high, and it's probably a certain age demographic too.
Oh, it's
probably all women, white women would be my guess.
Well, white liberal women and black women probably.
Yeah.
I just think, it's just a small portion of people. Here you go.
Do you think it's social media driven? Do you think it's social media? Because I think it's social media driven. Like, those people would have just been blown out of those spots, to say nonsense, but they can find a small group of radical support through social media.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and that you're right about that. I think you do have that where people like get radicalized online. There are a lot of people who are mentally weak, Mike.
Yeah.
They're mentally weak and can be swayed. Like, that's why they get them young, because when you implant that shit in their head at 16, 17, 18 years old, it's hard to get it out of their brain,
Sure.
Like, my son, I hear saying stuff about Israel, and I'm like, dude, I would not go with that narrative. He's like, Israel is an existential threat to the world, and I'm like, no, I don't think. And I'm like, I know he's involved with these dopes online, and they're not, and he's hearing what they're saying, like, because he brings up all this fringe stuff, I mean, it's not like total indoctrination, but he's clearly hearing shit that's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, and he's
hearing that 90% of Congress members are funded through AIPAC, which
that's exactly what he said yesterday.
Yeah, of course.
He said AIPAC spent X amount of money electing people. And I'm like, okay, now do George Soros.
Yeah.
Everyone's spending a shit ton of money to elect people. And he's like, well, at least I said the problem with Mondami and those guys is their stated goal is to change this place, not to blend in. He goes, well, the Jewish people do that. They just don't say it out loud. And then he brought up the AIPAC thing. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I said, these are dumb conversations. You're hearing a very fringe voice in your ear telling you that stuff. And I would really encourage you not to take that shit to heart, because it's not correct.
Yeah.
You're not correct.
Yeah. Well, the left and the right are really shitting on the Jews these days. So he's not alone. And it's easy to look at.
His professors are telling him this shit too, dude.
Of course they are. And they're declaring it a genocide, and
doesn't matter that they were attacked and 3,000 of their people were fucking slaughtered and raped and kidnapped.
Beheaded.
Yeah, I don't. When you do that, I have zero sympathy for you.
Yeah,
so I can't work up a good cry for the Gazans. I can't.
Yeah,
and I know it's not their fault. They don't get to elect their government in Gaza or in Palestine or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
but
I stay out of it because I know the history goes back forever. The hatred is never going to be solved, and it's honestly, I'm way more concerned about what's going on in my country than I am the Middle. I want to stay the fuck out of the Middle East, and that includes Israel. I just don't give a shit, and I'm smart enough to know how ignorant I am on the whole topic.
And do we need Israel anymore? As far as like we can launch nukes from anywhere, not nukes, but ballistics. We don't need to have bases anywhere anymore.
Yeah,
and pretty soon we'll be able to drop some shit on you from space.
Yeah.
So,
True.
I mean, I don't know that we need to have our troops extended anywhere anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unless someone's going to pay us. Like, if the Polish, who always get invaded.
Yeah.
If the Polish said, hey, how about 100,000 troops on our border? I'd say, all right, it's going to be $1 billion a year. You in? That's it.
Well, the propaganda is strong. There's no doubt. If you want to go down a rabbit hole on the Jewish state, you can get pretty quickly to a place of, there's something here, there's more here than you can get to that place.
Their target is Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And I've never done enough research on why he's an asshole. You know what I mean? People who just think he's a war criminal and he's an asshole, and
doesn't he have charges hanging?
Yeah, but I don't know what for.
Yeah,
they say he only wants the war to keep going so he can stay.
I don't know. If I asked you, okay, if you had to pick a team, would it be Iran or Israel?
Israel all day, every day. Yeah. At least they're not savages.
Yeah. See, I'm like, if you're talking about the Muslim population versus the Jew, well,
Hey, well, my son will tell you, well, the Israelis have killed Americans, and I'm like, they have not.
Yeah.
I think there was one incident where they hit one of our ships with a missile.
I don't know that the Jews have a stated goal of,
Right. Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
but my son said he didn't state it. He said, well, they're just doing it by AIPAC, through AIPAC. They're just getting their people elected.
Okay.
So he's saying, wouldn't you rather have the goal stated up front so you could fight it? And I'm like, well, that's a nice twist on it. But
what does he think? What does your boy think of Hitler these days? Do you think Hitler was on the right path?
No. And then my youngest one, like, you try to have that conversation, and all he goes, USA.
Yeah. I'm with that son.
That's my kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, dude.
My youngest one is just he's a radical lover of this country. He just loves it. He's like, this place is fucking great.
I'm with him, dude, and I can't get enough of the videos of fucking people from around the world coming here going, "Oh my god, it was all bullshit. This place rules."
You want me to take it another level? Cooper, my youngest, goes, "I love this fucking country, except for Ohio."
Fair enough.
Someone's been listening, right?
Hell yeah. He's been groomed properly. The propaganda in your household worked.
On one of them.
I'm like, hey, you can't bat 1,000, dude.
Yeah, I tried. I did.
Batting 500 still gets you into the hall.
But he still isn't a radical leftist. He's just got some leftist ideas that have been put into his head that over time, wait till he starts getting a paycheck, then we'll see how he changes.
Dude, I saw it firsthand with my buddy. You remember Troy, his daughter. Troy. And she was right up there with fucking, I mean, just an idiot, 19-year-old. And then she got her first paycheck.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, she was like, what the fuck is this? It was like, yeah, I know.
Where to go?
Everything, like all the things that were important to her, like dropped overnight because it was like she was working, she was getting a paycheck. She was like, wait a minute, I was told I was making X, and my check is fucking a fraction of that. What happened? Right. Yeah,
right. It's crazy.
She didn't get it. It was like, yeah, I know. Yeah. What were you going to show me, and we'll wrap it up? I know you got to get going.
This is when we say Trump has unforced errors.
Oh, what did he do now?
Look what he just tweeted. He tweeted. I mean,
it's never going to happen. I wish they'd take his Twitter away, but
look at this.
What the fuck? Yes, we can. BLM, Obama, and then
that's what Obama was on Air Force. It was graffiti.
Oh, I thought that was Trump up there. Okay.
No, that's Obama and Michelle. Obama and yes, we can. BLM.
Yeah, Obama. That's Big Mike and Barry.
Yeah. How's this for investigative reporting, though? Watch this. Look at this. Doctored photo of Obama.
Thanks for pointing
that out. Really?
What? You're all over it. Wow, Trump posts a doctored photo of the Obamas in Air Force One.
I know. It's like, oh, we got him now.
Yeah. This is the problem with having a guy that's not a stately.
He's not a statesman, right?
Right.
He's a bull in a china shop.
Yeah. It is what it is. If people could get that through their mind, just like, okay, I know some of you really, really enjoy I'm just rolling up my sleeves and getting to work for the American people. Some of you like that guy and feel safe with that guy. Well, the country decided that guy has been full of shit for too many generations, and so we're going with a businessman. I remember saying this in the early 90s. Like, I'd love it if someone came in and ran this country like a fucking business, made decisions that were in the best of the whole, and stopped doing I'm rolling up my sleeves and getting to work for the American people. Like, fuck that guy.
That's why I voted for McCain, because I promised myself if somebody ever just came through and spoke the plain truth, I'd vote for him. And McCain was the first one to do it. Now, he was, and I think that's why Rubio and J.D. Vance are so popular, because they do it without the foibles of Trump.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be brilliant because they're going to do the same shit without tweeting, potentially racist pictures for the president, or, making Obama as a primate. In a fucking video. If you could just eliminate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, just cut it.
Do you think
out.
though? See, I don't think it matters. I hope that when you remove the element that is Donald Trump, that Marco Rubio or someone like him is just never going to say the thing that is so easy to take out of context and be like, he's a rapist, and
but that'll be good for 2 or 3 percentage points, I think, at election time. Just having a guy who's a fucking button down, who doesn't he's not going to run to fucking Twitter and post everything. He'll use Twitter as a way to get a message out that the mainstream media will use, but he won't abuse it with stupid shit that only hurts Trump's cause.
Yeah,
you just you just gave people more evidence if they want to call you a racist. Even though you're trying to be funny, that's not your job to be funny.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he's a entertainment guy at heart, and he has been since the 80s when he first came onto the scene. He wasn't just a real estate developer. He was he understood marketing and entertainment, and that's what you're seeing. That's why, we get frustrated, like, dude, stay out of it. Fuck Rosie O'Donnell. She's completely irrelevant. You don't need to reference her. You won, move on. But
we gotta end on this one.
What do you got?
So the Palestine News Network sent out a thing calling the guy who killed bin Laden, the SEAL Team 6 guy, a pussy. You're a fucking pussy, it says. And so Robert O'Neill, who killed bin Laden, said,
"Yep,
I smoked your goat while you were fucking your goat."
He's great. Have you seen his autographs with the Time magazine where he just writes "Hold my beer," Robert O'Neill?
Oh yeah.
He sells those.
I smoked your goat while you fucked your goat.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Give that man another ribbon.
He does too many interviews, but he's a badass, man.
I love it.
No doubt about it. But he does he's pretty wild. Robert O'Neill.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, kid.
All right, brother. I got to run. I'm going to go do some work upstairs, and then I'm going home to watch soccer. Who you got tonight?
I got Team USA, dude. I don't know enough about any of these teams. The Belanawese, I don't know shit about them. So I'm all fucking red, white, and blue.
The only name I know is Pulisic, Christian Pulisic. Good player.
Yeah. Well, Team USA has surprised the shit out of me with how good they look, and I'm obviously pulling for them. I can't wait. I'm excited, actually.
The kid who got suspended was running down the field like maybe it wasn't him. It was like some big beast, like 6'7", was running down the field. And I looked at my kid and I go, could you imagine if LeBron and company played for Team USA and didn't play basketball? No one could touch us with 13 of the most athletic guys in the NBA. Who could touch us?
Yeah. Yeah. The NBA are level altogether.
Just the athleticism, man.
Yeah.
We should let some of these guys play both sports. Like
they could. Why couldn't they?
I don't think their contracts would allow them to play both. Plus, when you're coming up, they all specialize now. It's easier to play basketball. You just need a couple of buddies and a ball as opposed to, you need like 15 guys to play a good game of soccer.
True. Well, it's going to be fun tonight.
Yeah, it will be.
I hope we win. It'll make for a good conversation tomorrow.
Absolutely. Going to get the country fired up. 250.
Hell yeah.
America 250.
America 250. All right, Greg, have fun tonight. And I'm sure I'll text you during the game.